let's go. Let's make this happen. Let's make this the ball tutorial for Unity and Bolt visual scripting. Yeah, let's start. Let's import what? So because we are using 2018.3, we need the beta tree. You can download from Bolt. Here it is. So we vectors. Okay, this is good. Next, yeah, we need all these. Anything else we need? Not right now. Okay, that's it. Finish. That's good. So now, so my idea is to. There were some people asking, how to use accelerate, mobile accelerator in Bolt. How so? The idea is to start small and do a. We can have a sphere moving on a plane. So the idea is to have the plane, and then we have the sphere here, and we can have many spheres, right? They should move when so they should move around, right? And when we move the phone, I will try another one. So be the same for iPhone. So this is the idea. First, we will implement using arrows so we can test on the editor, right? This input and get axis, right? And then we will use the accelerator, right? Of the artist, yeah. So this is the first stage. This is the second stage. The idea is to control all these balls with both. So we should have a way to do. So what the options we will have will be one plane here. That this will be a prefab, right? So we will be able to instantiate many times, right? So we will need also a list of all the spheres, and the thing is that we will need a button to instantiate means more. So let's try to do that. I'm just working out of my mind. Be I say be tolerant. There will be errors. So let's start. Okay. Are you with me here? Yeah. So the first we want to do is 3D objects plane, right? And the plane should be a little bigger. So we do 2 by 2 in 3 dimensions. The y dimension is the one going up, right? This one you see here. This one. So a plane is a two-dimensional object in a two-dimensional world because it has a height, width, but it doesn't have depth. In this case, if you turn, you see from below, there, you see you cannot see anything. So to save processing power, Unity only renders the top part. So now we have this the plane. Now we will create another 3D object will be the sphere. Here's here why it's so up, or we will reset position. Also, we need to reset the position of the plane is good. So now the sphere, we want it to be like little over the plane. So we'll be putting on 1. Yeah, that. So when it's instantiated, it will fall into the ground. Now we need to create some walls so the spheres don't go out, right? Into the So we will create a holder for when we want to group some objects, we will create a parent object. I will call it false, right? Something like that, and we'll reset the position because the the children that we create on this object will be located based on the position of the parent, right? So let's create first one, right? So we'll create the object cube, and then with this cube we will enlarge on the x scale. Remember, the x goes this side, the z goes this side, so we'll do like this. See? And now let me check. Yeah, it goes to the edges. Then we want to put it up like 5. Yeah, that's it. And then we want to move it to this side. So we will move it position 10. No, this is not. Yeah. So then, yeah. First we want it. Yeah. So now we will duplicate this one and we will move it the other way around. So you can see we have both these sides, right? Then what we will do is like we will duplicate this one, and then instead of having a scale in x, we want the scale in z. So we will put the z20, you see, and the position should be in z because we are working now with this one, and this is the thing, right? And now what's going on here? Let me check something. It's so because it's not one, it's the position should be 0. That's it. And now we duplicate this and send it the other way, opposite, and this should be the position is -10, right? So as you see, we have the 4 walls. The idea now is that maybe make them grow a little more because look, I don't like how it looks. It looks like a perverted Pac-Man in there in the corner. So we take these opposite ones because they share the same properties, and we scale them on the X a little more, maybe 21. Yeah, that's good, right? So we don't need to scale the other ones. No, we don't need, but just for the sake of how I say, playing around, we do 21 also, and you get it there. So now maybe we should do them little bigger on the, let's see, if we do them bigger on the, so which one them, yeah, that's it, and this will be 1. So one a little taller, right? Same with this one, we want them, yes, and this will be 1. That's it. So we have like an arena where we can play with the ball without going out. It might go out, but we will take care of that. So let's go here and we will create a folder for ourselves because everything is there in the root. So I create a folder for us, yeah, the games, right? And inside here we will create 2 materials, right? One for the floor or the plane and one for the sphere, right? So we go here, create another folder called materials, right? Yeah. So then we go here, create, where's material? Here we create a material, and then it will be blue, and then we duplicate this and we call it yellow, right? So the blue one, if you see here, we can change the albedo. It's very easy. So we go choose the blue color and maybe something like this. We like, yeah, I like it. You like it? Yeah, we like it. So we put it here in the bottom, and then the yellow one we change the albedo to something yellow, right? I mean, yeah, that's so good. And we put this in the sphere. That's good, right? I mean, what's going on? Why it's not here? Yeah, it's yellow. Why? Oh, okay, there it is. So you can see, yeah. So now we will change the camera. The thing is that first we will build settings because this will be built for this one. Yeah, sample scene with, I don't know what. Okay, so we will build for Android. So now you go to player settings before doing switch platform because it will compile everything. So what we need to do is change this to net for and mono. Just for now we left it at mono because it builds faster, right? So that's it. Then you put your company here, com dot jag dot games dot bolt roll roll test, right? That's not relevant. Yeah, that's it. So now we have all this set up. Yeah, then we want to check that we will use what? We will use check. Okay, let's switch platform. Yeah, and it will compile everything. You see, did it already? No. Yeah, I did. Yeah, okay, very fast. So now we are on Android. So what we will do here is instead of free aspect, we will choose some landscape size that maybe will work on. Let's say we have this 69 landscape thing. No, it's not game. Scene. So you see that I don't like how it looks because it's inside the thing. So the Y, yeah, you see the Y is going up, and you can see there. The rotation, we want the X to rotate a little down. You see, but what if we take it the X0? So maybe, oh yeah, backwards, right? Yeah, yeah, that's it. So maybe we do something like and a little more there, and yeah, that's it. So if you can see, we can see everything. So now what we need, because we need to use some physics on the ball, we need to go to the sphere and add a rigid body component. So the rigid body will help us to work with physics, and the interpolation will be interpolated so we can see it moving smoothly if it moves fast. Okay, we are here, we have the ball. Let's try to see how the ball goes to the ground, and yeah, and you see it's okay. Now we will start working on our, then remember we wanted to, let's create some other folders. Let's create a folder called macros. This is where we will put bolt macros. It means the all the graph and everything. And then we will create one for prefab, right? That's it. So let's continue. So we have the sphere. So the thing is, we want to create a new sphere each time, right? With a button. So let's create a prefab from this, because in Unity the way to do that is to have a prefab. Then we want, let's have everything set up before we start with Bolt. Now we need a button, right? We need some button to click and create new instances of the sphere. So we will go and we'll create a user interface, and we will create a button here. So it will create a button, canvas and system, everything will be there. So in this button here, you can see, you can change the text, and we will add like plus, right? And we will change the button size for something like 100 by 100, right? Yeah, no, it's too much. 50 by 50, right? Yeah. And then this could be something like, we can make the font size bigger, something like that. Yeah, that's good. And by geometry, what is this? Oh, okay, it looks good, right? And Arial font, yeah, we don't. Okay, that's it. So we have a button to add some. Let's check the canvas. Is overlay? No, we want to scale with screen size, and reference resolution could be like that. I don't know. I never saw any problem with that. And 0.5. So now we want to change the position of the button to be where we are. We go double click in the canvas, and we go 2D, and now you can see the button is here. We go 2D, yeah. We go to the canvas again, and here is our button here. We take it and we put it where? So we take it and we put it here in the left bottom corner, but we put some space between the corners. So whenever you change the size of the screen, it remains on the same place. That's the layout. Unity's user interface layout to help us to keep user interface without break. It looks always Nice. So we enable again 3D and we go to our plane. Yeah, there it is. So now this way here. Okay. So now we have our button, we have everything set up. Now we should start working on adding the script that will I say it will drive the spheres. The first thing we need to do is, since I want to, as you remember, take care of many spheres, not only one, the script will not be placed on the sphere. The script will place, we will create a new empty object. We will call it empty spheres manager or something like that. Then we'll reset position because we don't want it to be anywhere. And we can maybe add a color here so we can see it on the editor, right? So where is it? Let's put it right here. Yeah, doesn't show. It's there. Okay, let's reset the position again. So now here we will add the component. So now we create that. This will be our first graph, right? Flow machine. That's it. So we will create a new macro for this that it will be called in the same way as the game object. We call it something? No, we didn't call it. Why? I changed the name, no? So the name of the game object will be, so we go to our folder macros and we call it sphere manager, right? Sphere manager. That's it. So we change the name of the game object, sphere manager. So we need a couple of variables here. You see, you can have the flow here, and we can. The thing is, let me put it down. Yeah, where is it? Okay, no, not here. Let me put it down. Right? Yeah. So the idea right now is that, oh, where is the other screen? Oh, here it is. Yeah. So okay, no problem. Yeah. So the idea is that we need some variables. We need to hold the list of instances and a reference to the prefab, right? So we need to do, this flow machine is called sphere manager, right? And then when we go to variables, I is not the window graph variables. Okay, here is variables. We put it here. So if we go, we need a scene variable because it's something that is in the scene, right? Let me check. First, we'll create the sphere prefab, right? Sphere prefab is the link to the prefab with a game object, right? And this is an object variable. We want to live in the sphere manager object variable, and we take the sphere and we move it to, we'll drag it to here, to the object variable called sphere prefab. Then we need something in the scene. Yeah, we need the sphere. We need, yeah. Okay, something empty. We will put a parent for the spheres because we don't want all the objects to be around in the scene, you know, around there, so we can see where they are. So sphere is a list of spheres, you know, and then we reset the position of it, and we will move this actual first sphere here, right? That's it. Now we need a scene variable that will be the holder, so we call it spheres, and this will transform, right? Because in Unity you can access all the children of a transform in the hierarchy in the scene, doing a simple for each loop. So this will be a transform, and this will be this should be a scene variable because we are referencing something in the actual scene, right? So we put it here, right? The sphere. This is the parent of the thing. So we have these two. I hope I don't forget anything. So let's start coding something. So we say that the first step will be to move the spheres, all of them, via arrows, right? So let's start that. Let's maximize our graph. Here we have the graph, the variables, everything here, right? So let's do that. We want to check input for vertical and horizontal axis, right? So we do get axis, right? Okay, that took some time. And then we duplicate this one because we need to check both axes. So the first one is horizontal and the other one is vertical. Let me show you. So let's see the documentation of this. It says return the value of the virtual axis identified by axis name. So if we go here, first settings, and then we go to input, if you check, you have the horizontal and vertical axis. This is a wrapper around, because when you do game development, right, you can choose what controls your game. But imagine if you have to do, okay, for the right, I do the right key, the left key, and then A and D, and then I want to use the joystick and the control. So if you see, for horizontal, we have the horizontal name of the axis, and we have the left and right buttons. Positive button means the right, the negative. So you can alternate one, you can have an alternate one, you can create a new one, you can have a joystick number. Everything is configured here and wrapped on the horizontal name from an axis and the input manager. So we will do that. So we will take the horizontal and vertical. Now this returns, let me show you documentation about this. I'm using this program, it's open source, called Seal, and you can have documentations of anything. I have all these: Django, JavaScript Network, and Unity. So in Unity, if you go input.get axis, you can see that the documentation for it is, you get the axis name like vertical or horizontal, and then you will have a range between -1 and 1, right? So in this way we will start moving the, you see, this is the, oh, we forgot, we need a speed variable. Yeah, we will do it now. So you see, that is the way we want to implement it, right? So it's very easy to translate C# code to Bolt, because it's, in this way it's very easy to use. You see, we have input get axis unit, and in this way you have input get axis here, and we are passing the horizontal and vertical thing. So let's go here and we create in the object, because we don't want to share it in the scene, we want speed, and we create a float of, let's say, 10 right now, right? Let's see. Now what do is we do the, no, not this variable, the update. Each tick we want to get both inputs, right? And then from it we want to multiply by the speed and generate a variable, right? We want the horizontal value from -1 to 1 multiplied by the speed. So let's say multiply, there it is. So generic here. So the first value is the original value, then the other one is the speed, right? Speed. Get speed. You see, if I do get speed, is a shortcut for the object get speed from the variables, right? This is get variable speed from self is the object. So what we do is multiply these. Also, we want to multiply the vertical one. Multiply for speed also, right? And both of these we want, because we are running on each frame, we want the speed of the ball to be not stutter, so to follow, we want a speed per second. So we will use, usually you multiply per time delta, but you do something like per second. Yeah, that's it, you know? And then what if we put another per second here, per second? So instead of doing another multiply time delta, we have one box that does everything for us. See, returns the frame rate normalized value of a scan. Scan. So with these two values, we want to add a force, right, to the object. So what we do is add force, and this will be from rigid body, right? We want to add force where we will separate the axis, right? So we have here, for the horizontal axis, we go to the X, right? And then for the vertical axis, we go to the Z. Remember that in the plane in 3D, the Z is a vertical, right? I mean, in the sense of how we look at the screen. It's not like vertical in the 3D sense, but up and down. So now we should continue to flow to the add force. Oh, we forgot. We need to implement this thing on each object, on each sphere that is present on the scene, right? So we will do like this. Add unit for each loop, for each. And then the input of the for each loop is a collection. So we get the get spheres, right? So this, because the sphere is a transform, we assign a transform to the sphere. It will look for each on each children of the transform. Let me show you. So the children right now is one sphere only, but if we start adding spheres, we can control all of them at the same time. Let's continue with the. So if we go here, we continue the flow here. So as we say, we have an item is that we get for each, and we want to apply the force on this item here, on each item. So we assign this item, but when we want to run this as force, we want to run on also on each loop of the for each loop, right? So I think this should work. I'm not sure totally. Let's try, okay? Let's try, and then we can tidy up, tidy up all this. So we don't need a start right now. We need a start. Let me check. Not right now, right? No, we don't need a start, but we can try and run this. Let's overview. Let's do run this and hope for the best. So you see it's running because there is no axis input, there is nothing happening. So if I move, yeah, but it's moving slow or what? Okay, you see the change here. You can see here that I'm doing horizontal change and it's moving, but it's not. What's going on here? Let me check. It's coming, the sphere is coming. You see the sphere, oh, it's moving, see? But maybe the speed is very low. So let's change the object value to 50, right? Let's try now. Here, if we go, yeah, it's moving. Oh, but I forgot something. Yeah, let's put it back to 10, and the force should be impulse. There is a mode of force, and it should be impulse. So let's try now, and you see that it will be faster. You see, I move in all directions. It's a little slow, but it goes, right? So what do you think? We are moving now with the keys, right? The keyboard, I mean, keys on the keyboard, directional keys. So if we change the speed here, maybe we can get something better. Let's try now. Yeah, it's a little faster. Yeah, I like it. And now we will implement creating a new. So let me check if everything is still on. Here is impulse, and we want 20, right? Okay. So now let's tidy up this. Let's go overview. Even we can take all this and create a macro, but a super unit or something, but we will not do that because we are looking at it. Now we want to create, every time we click on the plus button, we want to create a new sphere, right? So the thing is that, let's say we go something like on button click, right? Yeah, that's it. So this one you see here, add new sphere button, but this graph is from the scene. So let me check this. Let's check button. Yeah, let's see if this works. So we add a variable of the scene, right? And then we drag it here. Okay, so then we go here, we drag this and we assign it here. Okay, so because we are on another object, we want to say, okay, when this button is clicked, we want to instantiate a new sphere. So what do we do here? We say instantiate option instantiate position. We need original and parent, right? So we get the original is the prefab. Remember, we saved this from before, so this will be the original, and the parent is the scene object spheres. Remember, so here we got. Okay, so now we take this. It looks better, right? In Bolt version 2, it will look much better, you know, because it's a vertical flow or whatever. So instantiate new spheres, right? Let's try. I don't know, it can work or it will fail. I don't know. We just did it. Let's try. Let's see if it works. But we want to see overview. So let's move this sphere around. Okay, now we create a new one. Yes, and if we move, all of them move. But see, they can, because it's based on physics. What is applying is a force. You know, that's why they don't move all the same. So we can. Oh, they go away. So we have a problem. If they go away, we have this on the scene living forever. So what do we want to do? We want to destroy them, right? So we will do like this. Because this is a sphere, we will create a new macro here, right? A component called macro, and we will embed it in this because we don't. It will depend only on the sphere, right? So we embed macro, and it will be called sphere. So what we want to do is the following. So we have Unity have something called when some object becomes invisible, right? Means when it goes out of the scene of the camera, it let me show something here. It can be killed, but we can do that when it's very much. Yeah, we become invisible. Let me check again. So let's try to what is going on here? Let's try. Yeah. Okay, they become outside of the camera. You see, but what if we do a little less? So yeah, but still they go outside and they become invisible. So the idea is when these balls, spheres become invisible, we want to kill them, right? Because we don't need them. They are taking memory. They are using resources, so it's not need. So invisible on became invisible. So see, this is an event. This event, it works on self right now, is assigned to self. So what do we do when we become invisible? We do like this. First, we want to trigger an event. It's a way to signal, to say to the other object, hey, you know, this ball is dying. So, oh no, that's good. We don't need to say that. So we destroy it. Destroy. Because it will go out from this, yeah. So we want to destroy this object. So we go like, it's very easy. Okay, self. That's it. I think, right? Yeah. This world is amazing. Yeah. Okay. Overview. Destroy fear outside camera. Right? Yeah, that's it. So let's try. You will see here in sphere, we will have a list of sphere, right? Let's check it out. So if we add new one, see, we have 2, 3, 4, and then 3. It came out or not? No. Oh, I didn't apply. No. The thing is, this is you see, it has overrides and didn't apply. Apply all. That's it. So now it's nothing to override. So I didn't apply to the prefab. I changed the thing I have here in the scene, but I didn't apply. So when we instantiate the new spheres, they didn't have the change. They didn't have this script, this macro. So let's try again. This should work. Let's see. Okay, let's create a new one. So if we do like this, yeah, you see they're being killed. So we have one only here. You see, that's the good thing. So we still how you say, save in memory, and we can have many and here. Well, no, stay. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, we can play with them. You know, it's like, what are you doing? Don't follow me. Yeah, no. Okay. So okay, this is done. This part is done. We did it with keys. Now we want to use the accelerometer. I don't know how to say it. This thing on the phone, right? So we go back to the sphere manager and we create something in here. So let's start. So we will mimic this thing here, right? Let's put in full screen. So we will do the same as this, but instead of getting the input from the this keyboard axis, we will get it from the input accelerometer, right? So let's copy all these, duplicate selection, and we take it here. So we delete this one and we change this one for replace input.acceleration get acceleration. Okay, this gives me okay, that's it. So now this gives me this gives me a vector tree. So now we get vector tree expose. Woo! No, I don't. So what do? We get the x here. We did before, and the y, yeah, and that's it. Now I will put my connected thing. But why we don't have flow here? Why it's not connected? Input doesn't need flow. Yeah, it's okay. That's it. Let's try. Okay, it should continue working now because we didn't break anything. So what we are doing now is we get the acceleration from the phone, but the thing is it goes slower by my. So let's create accel speed. It should be a little higher than. So let's put some 50. And then instead of here getting speed, we get accel speed, right? Because we are dealing with acceleration. Now we move everything right here and here. So how is this? Keyword input, and then this will be acceleration input. This make everything looks pretty. So it's so easy to do. It's like coding, but visually, right? If you know how to do, if you search for tutorials on internet, it should work. You can translate it very easily into Bolt. I mean, I'm amazed. You know, I was so hesitant to use it because I was a hardcore a hardcore programmer for many years, and they say, nah, visual scripting is like, what? No, but then one day I was so blocked in my project, I said, okay, let's try this Bolt, and I poof, say, what? It is amazing, you know. So let's try again. It should not break. If we go to overview, you will see the flow that you don't get anything here. It's in, you get 0, you know, that's why it's not moving. Also the keyboard input is here, and if we move it here, see, everything is working normally. So here So what I will do now is I will record my camera and I will show you later how it goes. Okay, so you can see that we have here what we will do is like build settings and default device 1 plus. Here you can see I have a 1 plus. It's very nice. Let's try now if this thing builds and runs. So what I usually do, I create a new folder here and I call it build, right? And then inside there I create a subfolder and I call it whatever I'm working on, right? For example, this one is Android, right? Android. Well, I forgot something. First, before doing this, we go to player settings and we want to fix, for example, we don't need Android TV compatibility. We want to do here on resolution and presentation. We want to be landscape, let's say right. I don't know which one is the. So now we can do build and run. We go build Android and we do test. We create, let it compile, and it will take some time, and it will appear here in the thing here, right? Here, see, yeah? See, it's moving. You see? So it's moving by the acceleration, and we can add more. And they move, and it works. Okay, bolters. Okay, people, congratulations. You did this tutorial very amazingly. Yeah, very nice. I mean, I'm so happy about it. Whoa! Yeah, they go out and it still works very, very good, right? Yes, and you can make a game with this. You can add obstacles or wherever. Yeah, you have an idea for a $1 million game. Yes. Okay, guys. Thank you for joining for the tutorial. Sorry about the sloppiness. My first tutorial ever. So I hope you enjoy it. Don't forget to subscribe, to follow, to do whatever you want to do. Be free, be safe, and respect each other. Okay? Love everybody. Bye bye.